council, something like that. So while you guys are maybe gathering those things or getting your little ones rounded up and ready to sit down and to get prepared to join Miss Linda and myself today, I'm gonna just talk a little bit about the rest of the week and what we kind of have some things in works for next week. So hopefully you join us next week too. So for the rest of this week, tomorrow's class will be a collage.
Oh, there we go.
Are we good? Okay. And from 1 to 2 p.m., we will be going live from Miss Jen Judd's studio, and she will be teaching us collage. So you want to gather up a bunch of papers and colorful things, tissue papers, if you have books that you can tear apart, or magazines, or any sort of photographs or clippings that you really enjoy, things that you can glue down onto paper. That's what you want to have prepared for tomorrow and Jen's collage. Then later on tomorrow is our class for adults to help adults relax. We're gonna have a paint, kind of like a paint and sip. So if you have a glass of wine, we won't tell anyone, but 21 and over, please. And Miss Linda is going to host and guide us through that. And we have a sample here. It's not finished, but this is the painting of the flower box that we're going to be guided through making. Now there's a little bit more of embellishments that need added and some things that need to happen to this yet, but Linda will step us through that step by step. I'll show that at the very end of this video too, just in case you wanted to see one more time, or you can share this with some friends and call them into the room for them to see it one more time. So that's what's on for tomorrow. So please join us. Please share if you like what you're seeing. Let us know. Give us comments. Give us feedback. We'd love to know your thoughts and what you think about everything that we're putting on. If there's a project that you would like us to maybe teach for a lesson, send us suggestions. I'd love to know if there's something that you would love to know how to make or paint, or a skill set, or maybe it's watercolor or oil paint. Let me know. Send us a quick message and we'll see what we can do to get that to be an episode for you. Also, lastly, I'd like to note, whatever you make for any of these at any time, please, please, please send us your pictures. Send us what you make. Give us your name and your age. We're going to collect all of the photographs of all of the work that's been made for this entire series, segment, all of these classes. We're going to make a slideshow, and then we're going to scroll through all the works. And eventually, when the museum is open back up to the public, we will put this on the monitors and we will showcase your work in the museum. So please don't forget to show us your work. We want to see everything from everyone. Okay, I've also been incorporating my book of Bob Ross quotes because I think that he's a really special guy. And today's quote I'd like to say is, "If we all painted the same way, what a boring world it would be." And I think that that is really special to note, because we're all unique and special people, and we're all individuals. We're all one of a kind, and it's a really good thing. That's really good that we're all a little different. No two are the same. So having said all of that, I am going to get Miss Linda started, and I will let her take the lead in teaching you guys how to draw a bunny. All right, Miss Linda, welcome back. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Now, this was the puppy that we drew on Tuesday. I went home and finished it, except for a couple of things. And when I looked at it, something over in here is not finished, and something down here is not finished. So I'm going to give you a minute to look at that, and then I'll finish it for you. These colored pencils is just Crayola brand colored pencils. I have a nice set of Prismacolor, but most people don't have it. They're artist quality and they're expensive. This works fine. I can make this really bright by doing lots of pressure in one spot. And it's bright and pretty. That's almost as bright as the orange with the Crayola marker. But I want it light So I'm just barely putting pressure on it. And I didn't like all this white on his muzzle or his belly, so I'm making it a light orange by lightly coloring over it. Now, have you figured out what I didn't do over here? I forgot to color in the paw pads. And I think that makes it stronger when they're colored in. Down here, I realized I hadn't put my black dots. And when I looked at the black dots I did with you yesterday, or Tuesday, I thought, you know, those are boring because they're just black dots. I should have made them orange. No problem. This is black Sharpie that doesn't smear, so I just went right over it. And I think that draws the orange from this part back into the border, which I think made it stronger. Remember,
we have someone reaching out there saying hi right now. We have Erin saying hello. Just want to say hi back to Erin. Hi, Erin.
Hi, Erin.
Which means Jackson and Mazzy are in, right?
That's right.
Hi, Jackson, and hi, Mazzy. Hi, guys.
Also, Gail DeArmond.
Hi, Gail.
She's excited to draw bunnies today.
Oh, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you being here.
The last thing I'm going to say about this one, I was doing a little bit of shading with a purple and very lightly putting it in. This is not a step that's necessary, and some people think it makes it look dirty. I like doing the shadowing on it. I think it gives it another dimension, but it's totally optional. It's not something you have to do. And now I consider him finished. I like the break with having the white contrast. If you color it in, it doesn't give your eye any place to rest, and those white eyeballs will be glaring at you if that's the only white that's on there. Okay, I'm going to put this out of frame.
That's a beautiful puppy.
Thank you.
Let's see if we can't hang him up here in the studio. While you go ahead and start on your bunny, I'm going to see if I can find a place for this puppy to hang out.
Now, pencils don't have to be really, really sharp. They can be, but you tend to make them way too, push too hard if they're really, really sharp. And a dull pencil sometimes is the best thing you can use. I'm going to move this big sheet out of the way. I am putting my border in first just so that I know where it goes. But I'm doing it super light. The way you make this super light is you barely press with it. You hold it down and you whisper with the pencil. You do not push down hard with the pencil. You just whisper. Now this is going to be a combination, and I'm going to do it very quickly. You can go back and watch it because this one is the bunny picture. It's different. It's not just a circle. It's got a whole body. This is cartoonish, but more realistic than this. Bunnies do not wear tutus and ballet slippers.
There's a question. Is it okay if they don't use a pencil, but maybe a black colored pencil?
They can. The problem with using something else is you cannot erase. And this is a kitty. I'm going to make this cat into a bunny. And I am not going to spend a long time with it because I want to get to the other bunny drawing, but I want to show you how I would do this one, and this may be your first choice. You may want to do that one as your first choice. Now I know you cannot see, here it is. I know you cannot see this pencil that I put down. You don't see that border that I put down. That's fine. I'm putting another paper over here so when I go over it with the marker, you're going to be able to see it. Now, there's the bunny head, and here's the baby bunny head.
And remember, your Sharpies can bleed, so if you don't have something underneath of there, you might want something underneath of there.
See, I have it. See how it comes through? I have another piece of paper under it to protect this desk. This is not my desk. This is Miss Morgan's desk. And when you're in somebody else's space, you should have respect for it. I didn't have room for the whole ear. It would go off the page. So what did I do? I curved it over, and that one went off the page. I don't care. The bunnies have little noses. They're probably pink. I want to get these bunny heads in here. This one is not totally round either. I made it stick out because this bunny's head is turned like this cat's is. And I know I'm going fast. You can always go back to it with the play. Oh, this one's going to have to be bent. Either that or it goes over mother or the instructor's face.
Yeah, with Facebook Live, you can rewatch this at a later time. Once we're finished, it'll be posted on our Facebook page. So if Linda's going just a little too fast, you can always watch it at a later time and catch up to us.
Okay, we're going to have her arm coming. I'm going to work on the baby first because she overlaps the mother a little bit. Remember that hand that we used last time? We're going to do it again. Remember the little swirl we did? We're going to do it again. Now, I like this for the joy. This bunny is enjoying the dance, and she's got her eyes closed. Have you ever noticed that sometimes when you're singing and really enjoy yourself, you close your eyes? So she is enjoying herself, and she's closed her eyes. And there we go with her face. Now, the cat had large whiskers. I'm going to give my bunny some whiskers too. It's hard to do it with this fat marker, so maybe you want to do it if you don't have a thinner marker. Maybe you just want to do it with your pencil, and then you can color it later. Eyebrows.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I have to shout out to my two nieces that are watching right now, Lydia and Mia. Hi! Hi, Lydia. Hi, Mia. I hope you're drawing your bunny. That's looking great, Miss Linda. That's looking beautiful.
Okay. Don't worry about how to draw a tutu. A couple of lines suggest the top. And then for the skirt, whoa, woo, woo, woo. And then a few little lines here. It's longer in the front than it is in the back. I can even add another layer to it to make it look fluffier and to make it look like it's drawn better. When I come in with this thicker marker for the outside, I think that makes it look a little bit better. And I do know that I'm rushing you because I want to get to the other bunny. What is she doing? She's dancing. Her legs just stick out from the beneath her. And I'm going to go in with the little Sharpie and give her her ballet slippers. There's not a certain way to do this. And any way you choose to, oh, that fits funny, but I'm not going to worry about it. Any way you choose to do this is fine. These little lines like that suggest motion. Now, one thing I had on this one that I really liked was this big long tail going out into the border. But unfortunately, rabbits don't have tails like that. And I think her tutu would cover up her little cottontail. So I'm going to make just a few more lines in here to make this look like it's ruffled. And not worry about it. The other arm, if you want her other arm coming out, let's make it kind of going up. Does she look happy? I think she does. Now, Mama Rabbit, she can be dressed in a tutu also. Or maybe this isn't Mother Rabbit. Maybe this is the instructor. We don't know. But we know she's going to have a roundish body. And let's put her in a tutu also. Gives me another opportunity to draw a better one. And she's going to be behind. And we're going to make her legs go down into this border. Maybe they're doing a ballet duet. Okay. And maybe this arm is way out here. Maybe she's waving at us. I know you probably can't see those lines, so what am I going to have to do? Go over them with the marker. Now you can go back and draw your either instructor bunny or mother bunny. Oh, this arm is up, so what are we going to have to put on it? This one is out. This one is down to her belly. This one is out, so it's going to need little paw prints too. It's just about time for the animals to come out now, and the bunnies in your yard eating your flowers and hosta. I still like to see them though. Okay, I'm not going to spend the time to take all the time to do this in here. I'm going to come up here and give her some eyes. Remember, low in the head and large. I think she's going to be looking down at the other dancer, because if she's her instructor, she wants her to be doing well, and if she's her mother, she's probably very proud of her. I always leave a little white spot in the pupil when I color that in. Oh, you know what I did not do with the baby that I'm going to do with the mother? I'm going to give her bunny teeth. Can you see those bunny teeth?
She's ready to eat some carrots.
Okay. And maybe a few eyelashes, because she has them even if her eyes are open. Okay, I haven't finished this one because I was just going to give you an idea in the same way that these are. Go back and put your border in it if you want, but I want to draw the other bunny, and it looks more complicated, but if I take you on this step by step, it's not that hard. So get a clean sheet of paper. You can come back to this other one and finish it. I would like you to get this one and try it, because you're going to surprise yourself. You're going to surprise yourself at how well you do. I'm going to leave this out. You can look at it. But you will be amazed at what you can do. Now my paper's going to be a little bit bigger so that you can see what I'm doing. The larger I make it, the easier it is for you to tell. Circle for the head, but not, I'm going to move it over a little bit, not totally a circle, where I'm drawing it very, very lightly with the pencil. And then I'm going to add this to the side of the face. I'm going to go over it with pencil a little bit so you can see it. Remember, on Tuesday we did some practicing before we did it. So if you need to draw it, a circle and a couple of things on the side. A circle and a couple of things on the side. I'm going to use my Sharpie.
And those things become cheeks, it looks like. Those will be the bunny cheeks.
They are the bunny cheeks. And when I'm coming around here, I'm going to make them puffy looking. And I'm going to make a little chin right in here. I'm leaving that alone just at the moment because there's a basket of eggs that the bunny is holding up. And I want to draw that in. a little triangle nose, not as big as the puppy's, right here. Okay, I'm gonna wait just a minute. Now I've got some lines that I'm going to get rid of. While you're working, you can also be thinking. You can decide if this is a precious brown bunny, a white and black spotted bunny, or a white bunny. If you decide that your bunny is white, you don't color it in, and you color in the background around it. If you decided that it's brown, I wouldn't use a brown Crayola marker because it will become so dark you can barely see it. That's when this would be very handy. Look at this. You can make this very dark by pressing hard, or you can make it a nice light chocolate by pressing lightly. Notice I do short overlapping strokes. If you don't do overlapping strokes, then it looks hairy like this. If you want your bunny to look hairy, that's how you color it in. But if you want it to look a solid color, then you overlap the strokes and fill it in. Does your bunny have to be brown, black and white, or white? No, my dog was orange. Your bunny can be pink, or light purple, or whatever you want.
The colors of Easter, all the pastel colors. You could have a multicolored bunny.
You could. That would be interesting. A rainbow bunny.
A rainbow bunny. Oh my goodness, that would be beautiful to hang on a fridge or a wall or frame it in for your bedroom. Lots of places a rainbow bunny would look good.
Okay, I did some lines where I'm going to put my eyeballs on. I did the W under here, and it does look like the bunny is smiling when you do that. I want a happy bunny. Before I forget, I'm going to put in the teeth. Those aren't even, that's okay. But a bunny is one of the rodents.
He just doesn't have his braces yet, Miss Linda. He just needs to get his bunny braces, and those will straighten right up.
Okay, and this around him can be pink or red or whatever, but it makes the teeth show up if you darken it underneath. Okay, large eyes. Look how low in the face this nose is. Not right in the middle, I made it lower. Will it still look cute if you make it up high? Yes, let me show you. This does not leak through on my big sheet of drawing paper, so I am going to show you an option. If you bring it high, let's say we're going to draw the bunny's eyes way up here, and then his nose, and then this. Is it still cute? Yes. Does it look older? Yes. If you draw the bunny with the eyes high in the head, it makes it look like it's an older bunny. Baby's eyes are low in the head. One way you could change this is bring this up, the forehead up, and that automatically makes the bunny look younger. But, here we go. Oh, bunny doesn't have any suggestions of eyes yet, of ears yet, but that's okay, we'll get to the ears. What if you don't have room for the ears? Problem solve a little bit. Let's say you don't have room for the ears. What can you do? Think about it for a minute. I'm going to have to make that decision too, aren't I? Notice that I've got the iris. The iris on my puppy was green. He had green eyes. The bunny, I don't know what color I'm going to make them. I could make them purple. I like purple. The pupils are the dark parts that open up to let the light into the eyes. I think my bunny, the outside line needs to be thicker. I wonder what he's looking at over here. Okay, this poor bunny needs ears. I'm going to put this ear right here. I had room for a whole ear. I'm not going to make that one like this one. I'm going to change it up a little bit. And I think I'm going pretty fast. I think I need to slow down a little bit. As you're working on it, you can be making choices of what colors you would use. Now I've got Easter eggs here. Do you think we should make them rainbow colors? I think so too. I think we should make them rainbow colors. I'm going to make this ear bent over a little bit. This one, it's just slightly bent over. I'm going to make this one really bent over. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to come here and bend it. Remember we had the puppy with the floppy ears? That's what I'm going to do here. Bunny's ears can flop over, and they're not pointed, but they're sort of pointed, if that makes sense. I think that makes him look cute. You decide if you like it. What if you don't like it? Do you have to do it just like mine? Absolutely not. Do you want your bunny to have a bow on the top of his head? If you want your bunny, if you want your bunny to have a bow on the top of its head, give him one. How do we draw a bow? Easy. A triangle, almost. An almost triangle here, and a round piece in the middle. That looks like a bow. Do you want it to have tails? Fine, give it tails. That's not a bad bow. It can go underneath his neck, it can go on his head. I'm gonna put a basket over here, and I know I've got a lot of things spread out here. I hope it's not distracting you, but I'm going to add a basket. And in that basket, I'm going to put some eggs. This one doesn't have the handle. Could you add a handle to it if you wanted to? Sure. Now, I'm just lightly sketching in that arm. You can't see it very well. I'm going to take care of that right now. Here is this bunny's little hand. Oh, there's my little spiral. And if I want it to look hairy, I can just put a few little lines here and there. Now, I can see that if the basket is this size, I can come in now and draw the rest of his face. But this basket's going to cover up some of the face. So, I can come in here and finish up the, oh, that looks like a pail rather than a basket. That's okay. Eggs are round, but they're not totally round. They're kind of pointed on one end, aren't they? Let's have one hiding right back here behind that one. And to make the contrast, I'm going to color this in. It's dark down inside the basket. I'm going to make another egg right here. That one's even bigger. Maybe that's a goose egg. And another one hiding back in here. I can't have them coming over the top of the basket over the side, because then they would just fall out. Let me make a little bit of that dark over here. What do you think this is right there?
Well, I think that if it's an Easter basket full of eggs, it probably should be something that helps cushion those eggs so that they don't roll around and bump into each other and crack. So I think maybe grass or colorful straw or colorful hay or something like that. Probably grass is best.
I think so. I think that's probably what it is. And you can put more in it than you want, if you want to. There is an easy way to do your basket. And there's a more difficult way. I'm going to show you both of them. The easy way is to make lines up and down and across.
I think Gail just messaged in that she's already finished the first drawing that we started. Great job. That's awesome. That's wonderful. Make sure you send us a picture of what you've done. We'd love to see it.
This is the, thank you, Gail. This is the advanced way. And you don't have to get all the lines in there. I'm just suggesting that there's lines that cross and lines that go behind. And you just put them in there hodgepodge. And if you would rather do it this way, that's fine. If you would rather color it in solid, that's fine too. When I'm drawing bricks on a house, I don't draw every single brick. I only draw some of them. And that's easier that way. This suggests that it's a woven basket. Can we see all the lines? No. Does it matter? No. That just suggests that it's a woven basket. If you want to do these on the edge, you can. On a woven basket, the top is different than the rest of it. Now, I've got to finish my bunny. I like the fact that he's nice and large. Do you see the ears almost go off the page? And this goes a little past center. I need a big bunny bottom.
A big bunny bottom. That's a tongue twister. Say
It
that
is.
fast 5 times. Big bunny bottom.
I'm using the pencil and I'm going to make a big circle right here. You know when animals sit down, that's what it looks like, a big circle right here. And I'm going to draw it with my finger because you probably can't see it in the light pencil. So I'm going to trace over this, kind of sketchy because he's a fluffy bunny, and come on up this way, and I'm going to connect it to the top part of the bunny. Right here, we need what? A fluffy cottontail. Now, this leg, the tendency everybody wants to do is to bring it down. Try not to. If you bring it down, it will still look good, but try not to. Try to go toward straight with the edge of the paper. So I'm going to make a big bunny foot. These are big guys. Big bunny foot.
This is how those bunnies hop. They need a big foot to help push that hop.
Okay, I don't know if he has Cadbury eggs or not, but this bunny is going to have a big belly. Kind of fat. I'm going to suggest the other leg over here, right over here, and bring this out. The tendency to bring it down, try to bring it straight over, like that. It's going to be behind this other one a little bit, and his little feet, and back. I'm not totally happy with those, but I can live with it. What do you think I need on the ground down here? More eggs. There's one over here. I don't want it to look like he laid the eggs. Do bunnies lay eggs? I was always kind of puzzled. Why does a bunny bring eggs? He must be friends with the chicks, huh? I never quite could understand that. Now, you have a decision to make. Is this bunny, has he dyed the eggs? Probably. Has he decorated the eggs? We don't know. So you have to decide if there's going to be pattern on these eggs, or if they're just going to be different colors, like red and yellow and orange and blue. So that's your decision to make. Now, notice I did not do a border on this one. I did on this one. I did on the puppy. I did on this one, although I didn't color them in. This one's not finished. I may go back and finish it after a while. But I like this. It's a cartoon bunny, but it's a little more realistic. And then you've got to decide what you're going to do right here. That looks like I need to bring this over. And what is this going to be? It's not eggs. What do you think it is?
Hand helping hold that basket, because that
This
basket's
is the-
gonna be heavy.
Yeah, this is the other hand. I didn't leave the space right there to make the other hand like this one, so I just made the 3 little things. Remember to leave that, or make this the color of your bunny. Leave it white if your bunny's white. Color it brown if your bunny's brown. Or pink or yellow or whatever color your bunny is. Yeah, or rainbow. Now, this one has a baby chick up here. I kind of like it, and he's looking at it. So he's either looking at the eggs or he's looking at the chick. I have room. I could do it differently. I could make a handle right in here and put the chick on the handle. I think that's what I'll do. Can you tell what I'm doing right here? I am making a chick right here. Not very well, but I'm making a little baby chick up here. And I'm going to give him some feet to purchase up here. And I'm going to have him talking to the bunny and put his eye right there. Now, you can't tell that too well until I decide to come in here and color it in with the Sharpie marker. I don't think I'm going to have those other feet visible. They're there, but you can't always see it. Now that's hard for me to do the little chicky mouth with this big marker, but I'll try. Now when I sketch in, I don't draw every detail. And then when I come back with the markers, when I put the details in. Okay, there's a little chick on that handle. Not all Easter baskets have handles. This one does. And notice, I changed. I've got part of his face going across there. Look how I can fix that. Put a few lines in there and you don't even notice that line anymore. Like it was meant to be there the whole time. Give yourself grace. That means don't get mad if you see a mistake in it. Just say, well, that's okay, and go on. I don't like those pencil lines. They're gone. Now, this does not have room for a border. Could you make a border if you want? Yes. You can put other things in here if you want. Okay, while you're finishing up on yours, I'm going to have to decide. I don't want to decorate these eggs. What's the time?
We've got 15.
Okay, now, can you put stars and polka dots and stripes on your eggs? Totally. Can you put circles and X's and anything you... Certainly. I'm not going to. I'm going to decide on colors, and I'm going to take this home and color it in. What I might do for a border is what I call stitching. Let me do it on this little paper right here. This is what I call stitching. Notice I've got it on top of another paper. So you can use a ruler for this, or if you've done it before, you can just draw it. These look like little stitches, and what they do is kind of finish it off for you. And when I'm drawing these, I turn my paper. They're not all the same size. I try to make them the same size, but they're not. And it kind of gives it a border. Do you see that? And I can just do it from the grass up, or I can do it all the way around. Now, I don't know whether this is going to end up. It may not end up the right size as I go up. I'm not worried about it. I'll make it fit. I'll just put an extra one right there. I think it needs to go all the way around it. If you think it doesn't, just color in your grass and stop. I think that changed it. I think it made it look more finished. So that is another choice or option that you can have. Now, I am going to give you homework. Miss Calloway, you've kept us busy and I'm not finished. That's okay. Your homework is to finish these any way you want. But I would also like to see you cut a giant Easter egg, decorate it, and put it on your window facing the street. Because then, when we have to get out and drive someplace, we could see Easter eggs in the window. So it's your challenge. I know my grandson Jackson likes to draw things and put in his window. At Halloween, he had some interesting things in his window. And I think they still may be there. Okay, let's try to draw a huge egg. I'm trying to make it as big as this paper. I drew the whole thing, but I'm going to fold it in half and only cut out half of it. It's round on the bottom. You can't see that very well, so I'm going to do this. It's round on the bottom, and it tapers. Oh, that's really a bad line. It tapers in this way to the top. Do I have to follow those lines exactly? No. So I can even trim it more after I cut it out. I'm going to follow this line. You know what? I'm going to get a clean sheet of paper, so I'll cut out two. Because, well, no, I'm just going to cut it out and trace it. This paper has drawing on it, and I don't want drawing on my Easter egg until I decide how to decorate it. Now, let me open it and see how this looks. Not too bad. I think it needs to be a little more pointed at the top. So once you decide how it's going to look, you can trim it and change it. I'm coming in just a little bit and rounding it. That's what I want it to look like. So I'm going to lay it down. When you're tracing something, I'm running out of places to put things. When you're tracing something, hold it down, or have a brother or sister, mother, or somebody help you. And then trace around it. Remember, when we're tracing, we don't go fast. We go kind of slow. And it doesn't have to be perfect. If you get out of your line, that's okay. So there's my big egg. I think it's going to be easier to decorate it and cut it out later. If you try to cut it out, then you've got to color over onto your table or whatever you have under your paper. What can I put on this? I'm going to show you my trick. This is a pencil that hasn't been sharpened. This is just a marker. I'm going to color it, and then it's a stamp. You can usually get 2 out of it before it dries out.
Linda, could you show us that marker technique one more time, maybe a little closer this way? There we go. So she's coloring the back of that marker eraser with a colored marker, and then using the eraser as a polka dot stamp.
Yeah. I wonder what else you could do. If you have any of that foam stuff that you cut out, if you have a stamp, you could color it with markers. I like those foamy stamps, but I didn't bring one with me. You can color them with the marker and then do it. So a lot of things can become one of your patterns. And you can draw on here. Maybe you want a giant star in the middle of this thing. Well, I usually do the star this way, but I do it very, very lightly because it doesn't make a star like I like very much. I change it. So I'm going to change this and make it more even. I'm going to make this fatter this way, this one fatter this way, you don't have to use the lines that you started with. Now, do I have experience? Yeah, I do. So yours isn't going to look just like mine, and that's okay. Now, we can color that in any color you want with your colored pencil, your crayons, with your markers. If you're going to make a stripe, though, let's round it. Let's round it to go the shape of the egg. We can put zigzags up here at the top. We can trace it. I am not getting out from my house very often, but when I have to go to the grocery store, if there's some place I have to go to, I would love to see your Easter egg. Or when things are opened up again and we're driving around, I would love to see your Easter egg. Think of all the different patterns you could do with this. Think of what you could make. I don't think this is going to show up very well. If it doesn't show up very well, there's something else you could do.
Oh, it's showing up, Miss Linda. They can see it.
I could have made the star yellow, but that's boring. I think of stars as yellow, so I wanted to use a different color. I don't know what color it's going to be yet. Could I make flowers on here? We did flowers with the puppy.
On Tuesday.
Yeah. Very simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to make a leaf right in here. I usually do 5 petals, but you don't have to. You can do 6 or 7, or you can do 3 or 4, but they look better with 5 or more. Could I put dots in here? Oh, I know what I'm going to do. Checkerboard. Now, decorate your egg any way you want to. The larger you make it, the better. So that we can see it from the street. We're not going to be knocking on your door anytime soon. But we could see it from the street if you make a very large Easter egg.
And it's just in time for Easter. This is early decorations, but it's never too early to decorate. That'll be okay.
Okay. Probably another flower over here. You don't have to have leaves. Look at that one little polka dots on my flower. I like that. Doesn't bother me at all.
It's okay.
Now, I want to see your pictures uploaded to the SEMA website. I want to look at them and see how you made your choices. If you used my choices, that's fine. If you used your own choices, that's even better. Because I have taught school for 30 years. Is that a long time, Miss Morgan?
I think it's a beautiful amount of time. You know a lot of things, Miss Linda, and we are so thankful and grateful that you are here to share what you know and what you've learned over that time frame with us, and we're very, very appreciative. And I have to also add to what you said about having them share their images. Please do. Please share what you've made with us, and include your name and include your age, so we know who made this beautiful work and how old you were. We'd love to have all of the work that was created for all of the week, all the time, all of the shows. Even if you're watching this maybe on Saturday or Sunday, or you're watching it at a later time, that's okay. I'd still love to see everything that you made, and I will be sure to share it with Miss Linda so that she can see the choices you made, and if you made your own decisions, or if you made, maybe followed along with the decisions that she's made. And hopefully we see Miss Linda back next week or the week after, and she can teach us some more things, which would be wonderful. We're wrapping up to about 2 o'clock here soon.
What time is it?
We got about 10 minutes.
Okay. You can do repeating pattern. You do not have to have something that you can say, well, that's a flower. Or you can say, well, that may be a snail, maybe it is. But you can repeat patterns to make it interesting. It doesn't have to be something. You can make a series of dots. You can make a series of lines. If you're interested in looking online for some patterns, you can look up this. And I don't know if this is backwards or not.
They can read it.
Okay, Zentangle is a type of design where you repeat patterns. You can make straight lines, curved lines, you can make flowers, you can make hearts, you can make all sorts of things with pattern in it. I like to do this. I like to have the repeating lines in it. You can find all sorts of things online that you can use. Another one is Mindy Design, and I hate to write that because I may not know how to spell it. It's based in India, and they do the henna tattoos. So you could look up henna tattoos. A henna is a plant that stains the skin a reddish brown. And if you look it up on henna design, you will get some beautiful patterns. They do the design mainly on their arms, the hands, and it's something they use for different occasions. Weddings, they do it, different places.
It's beautiful. I've seen it before. It is a gorgeous pattern, and it's a beautiful way. If you need some inspiration to decorate your egg, that's a great resource to give you some ideas, some things that you can try, some different shapes and patterns that you might not have thought of before. That's a really good resource.
They are, and I find a lot of examples at online and Pinterest. I don't usually copy them. Some people do. If you want to try it, you can, but usually I use it for inspiration. And this is not good Zentangle design. Okay, this would help if I made it thicker. That makes your design more interesting if you vary the lines. Some of them thin, some of them thick, and that already got better. This will get better too if you vary the thickness of the lines, and that's very simple to do.
And then when you add color, it's a completely different layer of how beautiful things can become and how it evolves. I think, not to interrupt you, Miss Linda, but I'm going to take our last 5 minutes here and start talking about tomorrow.
Okay.
And we're going to end our segment here pretty soon. Is there anything else you'd like to add before I start in on talking about tomorrow and possible next week?
No, just keep drawing.
Keep drawing. Keep yourself busy. Keep your hands busy. It'll keep your mind busy. And these are great projects for anyone of all ages. They're beautiful, beautiful ways to keep busy and to keep color and art active in your life. I'd like to just, I'm going to reference my Bob Ross here real quick. If we all painted the same way, what a boring world it would be. And that's true. So all of your eggs and bunnies and all of your images and pictures are going to be different, and they're all perfect just the way they are, because the same, it would be boring. So keep making them individualized, make them your own, and make them unique, and they'll be beautiful. And if you have an egg and you've decorated it, put it in your window. We'll all look for them whenever we get the possibility or the chance to look for them in the windows. It's a great way to help decorate and for us all to kind of look for eggs. I wanted to talk a little bit about Friday's schedule. And I wanted to let you guys know that I'm working on all of next week's schedule. Hopefully we have a music lesson I'm working on, and we are hopefully doing a sewing lesson as well. There's going to be some good things happening. So if you enjoy what you see here, please tune in next week. It'll be same time from 1 to 2, Monday through Friday, all of next week. And tomorrow's same deal. We'll be at Jen's house filming collage from 1 to 2. live streaming. So if you have questions or if you comments, anything that you want to ask, you're able to reach and contact the artist and talk to us live, and we're happy to answer your questions. We're also doing the adult class from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. tomorrow night with Miss Linda. She's going to guide us through this gorgeous painted flower box. Do not let this intimidate you. Miss Linda is going to expertly guide you through the painting from beginning to end. So just make sure that you have a canvas available. I would say acrylic paint. Do you think acrylic is
Yes.
best, Miss Linda? Acrylic paint, some brushes, maybe a variety of brushes, and some water to rinse out your brushes. Oh, these are the ones you recommend. Okay, so these look like flats, and this is about 1 inch wide, and this is probably about maybe a quarter or a little over.
Whatever they have.
Whatever you have, we'll make it work. How about it? So those are recommended if you have. If not, that's okay. Whatever you have, we'll make it work. There's no wrong answers. Individuality is perfect, especially when it comes to painting and art. So just get yourself prepared and ready. We will live stream from 7 to 8. If you happen to have a glass of wine and you're over 21, that's okay too. It helps sometimes with the creative process, so don't hesitate. Give us feedback. Let us know what you think, guys. Post on Facebook. Let us know what you're thinking and feeling. If there's a show you want to see, if there's something you want, let me know. I'm happy to do the best that I can do to find an instructor to guide you through that. So just let me know what you're thinking. I'm happy to help you. Send us pictures and photographs of anything and everything that you've made at any point in time. Please send it to the Sam of Bedford Facebook. Include your name and your age. I just want to know what you're making out there. I want to see what you're doing. It's a way for me to see how y'all are doing out there. And then we're gonna create a slideshow scroll, and we're gonna flip through them, and we're gonna put them in the museum, and you'll have an opportunity to showcase your work in the museum. Okay, so sorry, we're having some internet difficulties today. If you've caught some strange pauses from me. So let us know what you're thinking and feeling. Send us your pictures. I hope you had a really, really good time today. I hope you're making lots of colorful, beautiful art, and I'd love to see it. So tune in tomorrow, guys. We're doing some more fun stuff. Gather your paper for collage, some glue, some paper, anything, magazines.